no cyber world.
Oh my God. Ooh, we are having issues today. It must be the barometric pressure.
Technical difficulties.
It's the parametric.
The paramedic pressure. Ooh, that's something totally different.
It's some kind of pressure. It's a whole lot of pressures. There's too many pressures. There's too many pressures to identify. Oh, now I need a tissue.
Me too.
You remember how the old Southern ladies, they don't say tissue, they say, I need a tissue. Oh,
Okay.
welcome to episode 19 of the Full of Knit podcast. I'm Susan.
Oh, we were starting? I thought we were
Well, you
doing
hit go.
stupid stuff first.
We already did stupid. I'm more stupid stuff to you. Okay.
Okay, try again. I'm sorry.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready now?
Uh-huh.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure you're ready?
I think so.
You ready now?
Yep.
Get your boobs aligned.
I know. So you're wearing a long sleeve shirt and I'm here like half naked.
Well, it's because I freeze to death in your
I know.
house. All right, you ready?
Right.
Okay. Hello. Let's start again. Like I just said it all and I just totally spaced. Okay. Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Full of Knit podcast. I'm Susan.
And I'm Karen.
And together
We're full of knit. So welcome to Hurricane Central.
Yes.
Are we in a warning or a watch or whatever?
I couldn't tell you because I don't watch the news. I'll find out all that stuff from you.
Well, let's just say that we are 2 hours north of where the eye of Hurricane Florence is supposed to hit. So we are all battening down the hatches and hoping that Full of Knit west or east doesn't get blown away.
True.
So,
True. And maybe we'll just get rain. I hope we don't get a big blowout thing. But what do? There's nothing you can do, you know.
True.
A lot of my northern friends that moved down here, they'd freak all out. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, we're just going to get water and we're going to do this.
We're like stock up on the booze and hang out with no power for a few days.
Right.
You have enough yarn.
To stay busy.
There's a yarn shop in Norfolk, Virginia. We were talking about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That she said that she was her hurricane preparedness was going to be to cast on a new project for every day they were without power. And I think that's kind of cool, so I think I'm going to do that.
As long as you have enough needles, it's all good.
I know.
If you've never lived in the South during a hurricane or snow,
you
don't know what I'm getting ready to talk about. But if you've ever been here during one of those things, you get it. You will not be able to find a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, or bottled water on the shelves in any grocery store, or eggs, okay. Eggs. I often wonder, though, why people buy the milk and the eggs. The bread and the water I get. But if you don't have power, you can't keep the milk cold. You can't keep the eggs cold.
They want to make French toast.
Well, yeah, but how long is that going to... Your power's out for 3 days. Unless
I don't
you're
know
stocked up on a lot of ice.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it just doesn't make sense to buy stuff that has to be
It doesn't, but we don't have to make sense.
Well, it doesn't make sense because people, I mean, at least if it's snow, you can throw it outside and it keeps it cold.
True.
But anyway,
yeah,
that's just what happens here whenever we have snow or a hurricane. You will not, don't come here looking for a sandwich because you're not going to find it. And your fruity pebbles will be milkless because there's none on the shelf here.
You'll have to go knock on somebody's door and say, do you have some extra milk?
We should, after we're done here, we should go to one of the grocery stores.
Oh, and take some
down
video.
The milk shelf, the water shelf, the bread shelf.
It's all empty.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Crazy.
I mean, it's, anyway.
I went just to get cat food the other day, just to
because
so they don't eat me, and during the hurricane.
That's important.
And there was a guy checking out. He must have had 20 cases of bottled water.
Well, here's the thing. Even as bad as it's ever been, we've never been without power that long.
No, 3 days out here. 3 days is the longest.
I think the worst was Irene, and the neighborhood over from my neighborhood. They were out for like a week. But I mean, they had major. They had huge trees that came down and wrecked a whole bunch of stuff, and so we were only without it like a day, maybe, day and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Long enough that the refrigerator, the freezer, we kept it shut, didn't open it, and it stayed okay. But and that's the longest I remember anybody being out in a long time. So, and even then, they were without power, but they could get out and about and go to the store and get water. I mean, they could go and get what they needed. They weren't stuck.
Right.
But yeah, people act like that it's the Armageddon and that they're never going to make bottled water again or bread or milk. Like I said, the refrigerated stuff just doesn't make sense to me. But whatever.
And honestly, when I have a jar of peanut butter, I'm not going to put it on bread. I'm just going to stick a spoon in it.
Or your finger. God gave you a utensil. Use it.
Exactly. You don't need bread.
No. No. Scoop a little jelly, scoop a little peanut butter, slam.
Exactly. You're good.
Well, without the jelly, that would be the Atkins way.
Yes.
Just a spoonful of peanut butter.
Right. Paleo.
There you go. You don't need that bread.
If you use the natural peanut butter, because I think that's just peanuts and peanuts.
I hear it
starting to rain.
Dun, 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 dun. Will I make it home? Will I make it home in my little car?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just rain. It's not hurricane time yet. Damn. Come down. You're way up here on the hurricane level. Come down here.
No,
just
honestly,
kidding.
I'm not.
No,
I'm getting so... I had to turn my phone off. I'm getting so many calls and texts saying, are you going to evacuate? What's going on? And no. Because if you evacuate...
then you can't get home.
You can't get home. Because it's going to flood in the center of the state. And then you'll be stuck in a hotel. Well, us, stuck in a hotel with 3 cats.
Yeah. That's
God
what
knows
happened.
How long.
How many years ago was Floyd? That was like, what, 20 years ago now?
Yeah, 1999.
Yeah. That's what happened. A lot of people bugged out and they went to Raleigh or west of us, which is Raleigh, that kind of
Winston-Salem,
away from the coast.
Yeah.
And it hammered everybody, but it flooded between here and there.
Us and them.
There was no way to get home from Raleigh. So you were stuck. So
Yeah.
your house is whatever your house is.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was okay. But you couldn't get home to check anything out. You couldn't get back home because you couldn't get through Highway 70 or any of the roads around to get back home. So unless you were really on the coast, like on the beach and all that kind of stuff,
or on the river where the river did get high.
Yeah,
but was it Matthew a year or so ago?
I think
when it was.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, but here's the best part about this friggin' hurricane. So last year this time, my friend and I were supposed to go to, if you've watched our podcast all along, you know we were supposed to go to Savannah. Well, a hurricane blew through and it flooded Charleston and Savannah, so we couldn't go. That's why we ended up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Right. So this year, I'm supposed to be going to Savannah in 2 weeks, and what happens?
So she's not allowed to go to Savannah anymore.
Well, New York
or
either.
Planet.
I planned to go to New York one time, and Sandy blew through there, and I couldn't go in November. So
no trips for you.
I guess
you
not
need
this
to
time
stay
of year.
home.
Well, during hurricane season, apparently, because
Mother Nature telling you to stay home.
I'll stay home all the rest of the time. Can't the witch just let me have 1 month?
Apparently not.
Anyway, if you hear any ping ping, it's wind hitting the rain.
Or rain hitting the window. Whichever you prefer.
So anyway, hopefully I'll get to go to Savannah. If not, whatever. It's all good. Yeah. So you think we should maybe talk about a little knitting now?
So let's have a little
Since this is a knitting, crochet, sometimes sewing, and a beer podcast.
Right.
Maybe we should talk about one of those.
Well, we just wanted to tell you what was going on with us in case you don't hear from us for a while.
Yeah, oh yeah. True.
In case you'd be worried about us. You might not be. And that's okay.
You probably aren't. And that's okay.
Do you have anything finished?
Oh my gosh, I do. I actually have a hoe and a foe. Can you believe it? I know, right? So the boy was home not last week, but the week before for his week. So while he was home, I had started just before he came. And this is my Super Friends bag by... I have on my old glasses, y'all. My new ones are in the shop getting new lenses in them because they weren't quite right. And I can't see jack. So... by the Bay Yarn Company knitting bag. I have, and I believe this was a free pattern. I won't show the whole thing just in case. How do you say that?
I have no idea.
There's a word, ankle socks. Pre-temps, pre-dumps, so whatever. I can't even say barometric pressure today. Anyway, that's the sock pattern. And I'm using, get all my usage things out.
Yes.
I'm using, oh, look at there. I am so prepared. Can you believe it?
Oh, look at you.
I'm using opal yarn in the, hold on a minute. This is the colorway in the dollop. There you go. And that's what it looks like. I picked this up when I went to visit him the last time in West Virginia at Canal City Yarn Company. And I'm knitting that pattern that I just showed you. This yarn on a Addy 32-inch #1. I'm just knitting them one at a time.
That's the same yarn I used for the RO's Rest Feber socks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it the same color and everything?
No, mine was a blue, but it was that Der Alber Schaefer wig yarn.
The stuff we can't say.
Yeah.
So here is one sock. This is my hoe. I know. I am so
as big as my head.
I am so glad that this child likes a shorty sock, because God bless. I mean, I never have one pop. The thick worsted weight black and tweedy ones that you helped me with. Those I knit, but those weren't even long. They were just kind of up above his ankle, maybe like.
I could fit both of my feet into this one sock.
He's got like a size, I don't know, 12 or 13 foot. So I did actually use, because I wanted to see how to use it, I did actually use my sock ruler on these. And his whole foot. That's his whole foot.
Well, then you don't need to mark anything on yours.
Nope.
On mine, I marked
where to go.
Where to go for the leg and the foot for me and for the RO.
Yep.
And
I just put it in. Well, I can't do it now because I've closed the toe up. But
yeah.
I put it in. Doesn't help show you over there. I put it in through the toe. The toe wasn't knit up yet. And I put it to the right there on the heel. And then I measured down. And I had to do pretty much the whole, I think like 9.5 maybe. 9 1/4, 9.5 that I had to knit it down to before I started making the decreasing for the toe. So, but yeah, I like that yarn.
He's a big boy.
I was going to do contrasting toes and all that, remember with the minis that I got, but I didn't do it on the heel.
Like that.
And I like this too.
Well, I like the way it worked out because the heel
Yeah.
turned out being mostly green, and then you have a little stripiness
In the toe.
on your toe.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
Yep. So chances are the next sock will not turn out like that, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Doesn't matter to me, and he doesn't care. So that's
Brothers,
even
not
better.
twins.
Right on. Okay, so and I'll just
Working
gonna
on
take it
stuff.
off. Oh, never mind. I was going to show my little Katrinkles, but I think I showed that one other time, so we're good with that.
So I finished. We talked about finished my tire cover. I'm starting. Well, probably about halfway through the mesh part. That's going to go across the top of the tire to secure it on there. And this pattern is the Mandala Madness.
This is just so pretty.
Made out of scraps of acrylic yarn that I had in my stash. And I didn't even do the full pattern. I think this is only like 1, 2, I think the first 4 or 5 sections of it. Because it's supposed to be a blanket, a big round blanket.
Oh, well, that's ingenious that you modified for what you needed it for.
So
Super cool. This
is the boring part. I take this to knit nights with me, or where it's just mindless.
Right.
Because if I had to sit and do this at home.
This is crochet, right?
Yeah,
I know this part. I know this part is crochet.
Yeah, and this is crocheted too. It's just some like a little cluster stitch.
This, if you did this whole thing in a blanket, this would be a heavy.
It would. It'd be like one of those weighted blankets that you could use for.
Yeah, because it's super. Just this part's heavy.
And I don't know, maybe it called for a fingering weight yarn. I don't have the pattern with me. But for the tire cover, I use worsted weight yarn.
That makes sense.
And a J-hook. So, hopefully, maybe this week, if the power goes out and I have nothing to do.
Nothing to do?
Well, I mean, you know, if I don't have to leave the house.
Right.
The last time we had, no, it wasn't a hurricane. Remember when it snowed so much a few years ago?
Yeah.
It was like in January, February.
Yeah.
I got like 15 projects finished because we couldn't leave the house for like 2 weeks. That was when we had all the ice.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And we live out here off a little 2-lane road, and it was like that thick with ice, and you couldn't drive on it, so we were stuck in the house. And yeah, I think I finished 15 projects.
Did you have to get airdrop of food and booze?
No,
and
we
water?
prepare. Well, no, we always have plenty of booze, but we stocked up on our bread and eggs and
You're
milk
necessitized?
and yeah, all that crazy stuff.
Wow, then I
So-
guess nobody could ride the ferry either, huh? Because they couldn't get to and from.
It was so quiet out here. It was really
Oh, I
scary.
bet that was awesome though.
It was cool, but it was a little freaky because usually
Because you weren't used to it.
you can hear the just in the distance the rumble of the ferry because it's like a couple 100 yards that way, and when that's not running
Right,
and everything's so still because of the snow,
right.
some kind of horror movie.
Well, I guess you don't think about all those sounds
Right.
until there
Until
is
they're
no
not there.
traffic and there is
Yeah.
no, there's none
Right.
of that. So,
So what else you got?
oh, I got one more. This is a faux. A finished object
What?
is, what was that?
Oh no,
Was it a kitty?
no. Maybe something in here fell.
Is the RO
I
home?
don't know, but
That's creepy.
scared me.
Okay. Again, I
We were
think this
talking
is
about horror movies.
yeah. Oh, ooh, we were.
I know.
Ick. Again, I think this is a free pattern on the Ravelry. Pretty sure it is. It is the big chunk. Why are words bothering me today?
I don't know.
The big, chunky, comfy hat pattern by Erica Broughton. And I knit this using my Sheep Dip Dye Works Feelin' Fall, the bulky stuff. Feelin' Fall is the colorway.
Hmm.
I knit this for
Like that.
as a sample to take down to the Knit Nook where Lisa, that owns the Knit Nook, she has my hand-dyed yarn, Sheep Dip Dye Works down there. And this was a fun, quick pattern. I think this maybe took me 2.5 hours. It's done on the size 11 needle. You only need like 90 yards, so the Malabrigo Rasta would work. Sheep Dip Dye Works bulky stuff would work. Excuse me. What I love about this pattern is it's a pretty simple rib. I love the brim. I mean the what you call that part? Is that the brim? That's the brim.
Yeah,
Okay.
the ribbing.
I love the ribbing in the brim. And if you turn it inside out, you have a whole nother hat. And I love that because then you get the different ribbing here and the different body.
Two hats in one.
Exactly. And
That's
it
cool.
only takes I didn't even use a whole skein. And there's only 76 yards on this bulky. So anyway, I'm going to send that down there. She can use that for a sample of the bulky yarn. Because I think a lot of people wonder, what can I do with just one skein
Right.
of bulky yarn? And there you go. So Christmas presents, if you have family members
Right.
that you love enough to knit a hat for, this is great. You can knit one, they can
Right.
have two. So there you go. All right, so that's all of my FOs.
All right. Well, let me go back to the finished stuff since
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
was
thought you
apparently-
were- I consider a hoe a finished stuff.
okay.
So
I was not with the
hoe.
program. She can't talk. I can't think.
So
It's,
faux hoe. Yeah. Poet.
I finished another one of these little. This is Dot's little ditty bag. It takes about one of those little Lily's sugar and cream and
by Lily.
peaches and cream by Lily. Yeah. No, I didn't steal Lily's yarn. This is actually art.
I cannot see a flipping thing.
But it's a cute little
It is cute.
tote. Be a cute little purse for a little girl. A
Oh, yeah.
bag.
Yep.
for her
And if
to
you
carry.
even made it even smaller,
Mhm.
those little American dog,
Oh,
American
yeah,
Girl
little
dolls
American
could
Girl.
have one.
Yeah, you could do it. I mean, it's crocheted, so you would just
Stop whenever you want
stop.
to, right?
Yeah, stop wherever you want to and start going up.
Cute.
That was cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I just have a ton of that yarn, and
Right.
Yeah.
You got tired of knitting dishcloths.
I did. Because honestly, I don't use them. I don't really know.
Dishcloths? Oh my God, I love them.
Well, I don't do dishes, so I don't use a dish.
I don't do dishes that often either. But
Aro, he likes the little scrubby things
okay,
that I made. So
there you go.
So make little bags, and I can just hand them out to people. They'd be cute little Halloween things too. If you had Halloween colors, you could put a little.
Yeah. Is your mom still working at the nursing home?
Yeah, I'll probably send them to her, and she can give them out.
She can wear her panda hat. Was it a panda
Cow.
or a cow hat?
Cow.
She can wear her cow hat and hand out. Oh my gosh, she can wear her cow hat and hand out udder bags.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if you have an
I could make
imagination,
them
if
look
you
like
have an
udders.
imagination like mine, I'm seeing an udder.
There you go.
And her cow hat. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Yes.
That's
No,
hilarious.
honestly, all I have to do is send her one, and if she carries it in there, half the people in there will be like,
Want one.
"Oh, I want one." So yeah.
Well, anything you don't like, send to your mom.
Well, you know, I did that. Not stuff that I didn't like, but
Right.
I had
know.
a ton of
Yeah.
scarves and stuff, and I sent them all to her. Okay, so I have.
This is so cute, y'all.
for-
I don't even like this kind of stuff, and this is so cute.
So we've talked about before the little waitress where we have our Friday morning knit group is pregnant, and she's due in November. And first I made this little sweater.
So flippin' cute.
And
Here, I'll hold that.
You
so
hold that?
Yeah.
And this is a paid for pattern, so I'll just show you this part. It's the We Won welcome set. And it had a hat and booties with it, but the hat was knit flat and seamed up, and I don't really care for that.
Nah.
So,
They always come out too big.
right. So I used, this is my go-to baby hat. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And if you look it up, it's the basic baby hat. So I used that. And so then I made
Look,
this.
isn't it cute?
And this is the Baby Blossom DK
With
yarn.
the little pom-pom. I love
Yes.
the pom-pom. Oh, that's
That
so
was
sweet.
one little section that I had left because I used a little bit of
Blowing it.
white on the bottom here to make sure I had enough.
So the pom-pom is all this yarn right here.
Yes.
Let me see if I can. Oh, isn't that so cute?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had a little bit of yarn left,
Y'all are going to die.
and I made, make sure I get it the right way, this.
Look.
It's a tiny little skirt. And again, I put a little of the Dream Baby white on the bottom to make sure that I had enough.
That's super cute.
Is it cute? And this is also a free pattern on Ravelry. It's called Frilly Skirt by Crystal Ann Designs.
Now, did you put elastic in?
I did. There's elastic. You knit like double what the waistband
Right.
is. Then you fold it over and stitch it and put some elastic in it.
Cute.
And that's one skein of that Baby Blossom DK.
And all you
made
added
all
was
of
just
that.
the DK,
Right-
the Dream
right
Baby
there,
on the hem of the skirt,
And the ribbing of the hat.
and the ribbing on the hat. And
And that's
other
it.
than that, you got a hat, a skirt, and a baby sweater out of that one skein.
Yep.
That's a pretty good value.
I
don't
think
know
so.
I don't know how much it costs, but that's a
I don't either because I won it.
yeah, that's a
as
good
a door
value.
prize,
but Lisa at the Knit Nook in Morehead City sells the yarn, right?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
She
She's
was
getting
considering
it.
it was a
Okay.
sample. She's
Right.
considering carrying it.
Why do I think I saw that when I was down
Ah,
there?
maybe she's gotten it in.
Maybe
She
I
said
just-
she was thinking
There
of,
was several new things she had, and one thing I
Yeah.
loved. I may get you to get it for me. Oh, they're so pretty. Anyway,
and then I found this. I was out shopping
this even makes it even better.
and I wanted to get a little onesie to go underneath everything.
Because of course she needs to have a shirt with her skirt and her
Right.
sweater.
Exactly. So I found this.
God, shut up. Big people need T-shirts that say that.
This is so cute, and look, it matches
Everything.
the pink and everything.
Cute.
So she's going to be a very well dressed baby.
Yep, she is. Super cute, Kim.
Yes.
That's so nice of you to do that.
So I like making baby stuff because instant gratification.
That is the truth.
Things. I mean, this hat, you know, a couple hours at the most. And the skirt, just a little bit longer than that. And the sweater, you know, not much more time either. So
I like how you did the sleeves and made the cuffs.
Yeah, I did some fussy cutting with the yarn.
Yeah.
To make it come
really
out
cool.
the way I wanted to, but
Awesome.
I thought it was cute.
It is super cute.
So,
Super cute. You did a good
So
job, my
that-
friend. Because you're a decent knitter.
I'm decent.
On Scrappy Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. Yeah, we got
We
in
need
trouble
to-
for the improper use of hashtags.
Whatever. We need to make K a hashtag.
Yes.
Hashtag I see scorpions. Instead of I see dead people.
Hashtag scorpions in my ear.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh, okay.
So that's all my finished. I think it is all my finished.
I know it's all
stuff.
mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess
What
we're
else
going
you
to...
working on?
Well, I'm getting ready to start the other sock
Yeah.
for my hoe. And the only... What are you laughing at?
You starting another sock for your hoe? That was for your son.
Well, it is for my son, but he has a hoe right now, and I need to make that hoe a faux. So,
Okay.
So the only whip I brought, because I was very discombobulated this morning when I was packing up, is this one. Do we want to do these together at the
show
same
yours,
time?
and then I'll show mine.
Okay. So I think last podcast we told you we were both doing the Zwig, 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 whatever sweater by Boylan Knits, and I have it right here. Oh,
You're so organized.
I know, don't you hate it? There's the front. I do mine in black and white, save my ink. There's the front. That's by Caitlin Hunter, Boylan Knits. And there's a little drawing. We both are
Starting to
doing,
thunder.
yep, I hear it. We both are doing this pattern. And I'm trying to catch up to Karen because she's way ahead of me. But she's got more
Because
knitting.
I'm obsessed with this sweater.
Well, and you got more knitting time than I do too. So
yeah.
it's all good.
A little bit more.
It's okay. So I am, this is mine. We both have the same color in our lace work. Our contrasting color is the same, but we have different body colors. So here's mine.
Hold out the sleeve because she just separated for
Yeah,
her
I
sleeves.
just separated for sleeves, so there they are. And I love this. I love the lace work. It was just, I don't know, rhythmic to me. I don't know, there's something about it. Maybe that's why my eye got better.
Maybe.
My eye got better, people. That's what the retina specialist told me the other day. Maybe that's why, because it was just
Maybe.
melodic and meditative and
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
rhythmic and whatever. So maybe it was. So I'm that far with mine. I haven't tried it on yet because I'm super duper scared. But we maybe could do that.
We could. We need to talk about this
Yeah.
first.
Well,
Not the sweater. This thing.
we could do, if we had thought far enough ahead, I could have put it on that and I could have tried it on camera. But anyway, I'm trying to catch up to Crazy
Because
Pants over here.
I am
Look how far
right
she
here
is.
on mine. I've done 2 repeats of the
Body.
this body.
When you look at
And
this
I love
pattern a lot, like, I don't think either one of us realized that there was a pattern in the body of the sweater.
No, I didn't, because not everybody on Ravelry
Right.
did the pattern in the body.
Or some of them did, and it's just hard to see. But when
Yeah.
we started reading the instructions, I was like, oh my gosh. So look, it is just so, it's just a little bit, it's what, like 2-2 cable or something like that?
Yeah.
And there's just enough difference that it gives it texture and makes it not a slog to knit
Right.
the body of the sweater.
Right, because when you're knitting like almost 400 stitches,
Yeah, I mean,
just going round and round and round and
Yeah.
round.
but think
I
they're
wouldn't
gonna
be this
so pretty.
far on it if it was just straight knit, because to me that would be just
Right.
boring.
Too much.
Yeah. So
Yep. When we were casting this on, Karen said, oh my gosh, I don't know if my head's going to fit through that. I think your head will fit through that.
Well, it was on a 16-inch needle.
It's just funny. So we're getting there.
Friday.
Yeah, I love it. And it feels so good. The yarn is mine that I dyed for Karen and I, Sheep Dip Dye Works. I don't know that we've given these names, have we?
No.
No, I haven't given these a name. Because I don't know that I'll repeat either one of the body colors.
Right.
They're just tonals, so I mean, it's kind of simple.
Except for when I come to her and say, I need some more brown.
Yeah, then maybe. But this probably will be our podcast signature color.
Our full of knit colorway.
So it's got all the colors in it that we love. It's just so pretty. Okay.
All the fall colors.
Yep.
I just love the way this feels. It's a merino cashmere nylon blend, right?
Yep.
Yes. It is so soft. I can see me wearing this sweater all the time this winter. And with a fingering weight sweater, I mean, here, worsted weight sweaters, I guess they'd be all right, but it never really gets that cold here.
Occasionally. We have like a freezing cold, like when we had all that ice and snow this past winter.
But it's not like in the north where...
No, we don't have, we rarely have consecutive days that are...
40s is probably the coolest.
Unless, I mean, I'm a cold-natured person, for the most part, except when that hormonal crap's working. And, I mean, I can do bulky sweaters because I'm just naturally cold all the time.
But Sweaty Betty here,
for most people,
would not be able to do that. So I can see this being a staple in my wardrobe. And now I'm, like, totally sweatered. I want to knit all the sweaters.
I know, me too. Me too.
Yeah. I have enough shawls. I don't need to knit any more shawls. I want to do sweaters.
Yep.
And socks.
Yep. And there's nothing wrong with doing shawls and scarves and all that. But I mean, for you, at least for she and I together, and it all happened about the same time, we just want something that's more serviceable. I mean, you can only wear so many shawls.
And again, being hot-natured and it not getting that cold here, wearing something up around my neck all the time, I would be like one of those cartoon characters where the sweat's just dripping off.
You don't always wear something that is conducive to wearing an accessory piece like a shawl.
Right.
But if you wear a sweater, it's just the sweater.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it, working out or anything like that. It's just the sweater. So I'm all good with that. Ooh, what do you? Ooh.
Okay. So there's another pregnant person in my life.
It's not me.
It's not me.
Is there a song?
So this one's going to be a boy. So I purchased this pattern. This is from Very Pink Knits. And this is a paid for pattern. It's called the Quick Knit Hoodie. And no, I'm not putting a heart on it.
Is it really quick knit?
It is. I did. I thought I'd show you. I did all this on Saturday. I'm putting the little monster on it. And the yarn is just... Oh, well. It's Hobby Lobby. I love this chunky. But I did all of this on Saturday.
Super cute. Oh, man, you're almost done.
I know. Quick knit hoodie. I'm on the hood already.
Wow.
And is this not the cutest? I'm doing the 6-month size.
Okay, so let's get... All right. So you are going to... You have to sew up the sides and put the sleeves in?
Yes, once I get the hood done.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm about 3/4 of the way through the hood.
Cute. Now, is this knit in?
No, this is duplicate stitch.
Okay. That was
once you finish.
Which is kind of like cross stitch on your knee.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And she's got, I mean, she does the nicest patterns. She has YouTube videos for everything that she does here. It's like a 3-needle bind off and the duplicate stitch and attaching the hood. I mean, she's got videos for everything that are included in the pattern. And this is on a 10.5.
This is nice yarn.
Yeah, and this is, like I said, it's the Hobby Lobby.
Yeah,
I love this chunky.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not a flat color. It kind of looks... Is it just my eyes, or does it look like it has a little bit of heathering to it?
No, it's kind of heather. I had... Oh, it's down here on the floor. Hang on. Here it is. This chunky in the mocha.
That's
colorway.
nice. I mean, for an acrylic.
Yeah, and it's 100% acrylic,
Hmm.
so that way the mama throws it in the washer, yeah,
or the kid, whatever. Yeah.
barfs or poops all over it.
Cool stitch keeper. I mean, progress keeper.
Oh yes, and I have my little progress keepers, the little fangs from Knitty by Nature.
Super cute.
And then on the back, I have a little pumpkin, and if you watched my Insta stories from this past weekend, you'll see how I had to fight the cat to get the pumpkin out of her mouth.
Oh, that's what she was wanting to eat.
Yes. She said,
what has been up with her recently? Because I don't remember her messing with your knitting that much.
She wasn't one, but I guess she was feeling left out. She was the middle child.
Because she hasn't barfed up yarn yet?
Exactly.
If you want to know more about that, check out episode way back when.
Yeah,
it was called Cats and something and something.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. How to make a cat throw up. Not that you really want to, but sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great pattern. It comes in 3 sizes, 3, 6, and 12 months, 18 months. 3, 6, and 12 months. And it's all part of a, like a little booklet of, you can buy just the one pattern, but you can get the whole booklet for just a couple dollars more, and there's socks and a blanket and sweaters and hats. So
all different things.
Yeah, so I just got all of it.
I've got a friend who's getting ready to be a grandma, and I'm working on a blanket, actually one that I've had, and it's been a whip for a very, very long time, but I figure it's already started, right?
Right.
And I would love to do something like that, except the grandbaby is going to be living in Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah, they're not going to need a sweater.
Not a bulky anyway, so
No.
that stinks, but
Maybe a sweater vest.
I think it'll just be the blanket.
There you go.
Maybe a little pair of boot ties.
So I got back into my sock knitting after the whole finger episode.
I have a whole slew of words that can go along with that. None that we can say on...
Right. Well, we can say on camera. We're just not going to.
Right.
But I'm back knitting the RO socks. These were already started when my finger went south. So I've finally gotten to the heel.
Pretty.
This is the International Sock of Doom pattern.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
who is that by? Never mind.
Now you've asked me. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll put that up here.
You can
I'll find out.
You can Google it.
And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I put in the modified heel flap and German short road heel from Mina Phillips's patterns. And I got the heel in one. It was so funny because I had this heel in my head before I had to stop knitting for a while.
Right.
And I went to put the heel in this one, and I was like, well, maybe I have to look at the pattern. But once I got going,
done it in a while.
Yeah, I hadn't done it in so long, and then I got going, and I was like, oh yeah, I got this.
Right.
So that one's got a heel, and that one's ready to have the heel put in.
Pretty.
And I did not make them matchy-matchy. I just started knitting, and this is Felici in the Spaceman colorway, and the heels are done in the Stroll fingering in the ash colorway.
You know, I've not ordered from them in a while. I've not ordered any
either.
Felici from them in a while.
I didn't order the Felici this time. I ordered some other stuff, but not the Felici.
I haven't ordered anything from them in a while. But something.
Because
they've got several new yarns. I know.
They do.
They've got several new yarns.
And I do all my socks on 2.25 32-inch cord, and I do them concurrently. These are Haya. Yeah, these are the Haya sharps.
Yeah, I can't do my son's on 2.25s. I've done some of his on 2.25s, and it's just too much. So I've moved up to
Is it just that it takes forever?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I moved up to a 2, I think, and that's tight enough, plenty tight for him, because he's not necessarily wearing them in shoes. He just wears them around the house, because the child wears flip-flops year-round.
Right.
The only time he doesn't wear flip-flops, and he lives in West Virginia,
yeah,
is if it snows.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time he doesn't wear flip-flops. So, you know, he's not.
Just a warning, I may sneeze.
Oh, well. Okay.
And if I do, I'm sorry.
Okay. Try to point it
I know,
that way.
my nose is... I thought I would show my blankets today.
Oh, are we? Oh, because we're still on whippers.
Because we're still on whippers.
Yeah, and see, look. I had those 2 items written down. Did I throw them in my bag and bring them?
No.
Nope.
I thought I would show these because this one I am
hang on, let me.
at the point of decreasing.
Oh, this is your.
This is my corner to corner blanket. That's not the decreasing corner.
With scraps.
Yeah, with all the minis. One of these corners I'm decreasing on.
Well, it's not that one down yonder because that's the one you started on.
That's where I started. It's not that one either. This blanket's getting big. Oh, here it is. Ta-da!
Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I wish I could
It's
make
gonna
myself
be
learn how to do this.
So big and snuggly. Look, it's going to fit over both of us.
I love it. It's just, I wish I knew how to.
But yeah, this is where you start decreasing to make your... I'm going to sneeze, and apparently we're boring her, so...
No, I just didn't sleep good because of hot flashes.
But yeah, so it's really big.
I love it.
So yeah, I love all the colors and
you know,
what?
I have a birthday.
Not till next year.
I know. But oh, this is just so pretty.
Yes. So I'm excited to be decreasing, and that way,
yeah, because decreasing you won't take you that much longer.
I know. And I have I won.
I'm sorry.
David Dog Dare. I don't know if any of y'all follow him on Instagram. He also has a podcast. He does little giveaways, but he does them on Instagram, and I've won a couple of patterns from him. And the last one I won was the Bits and Bobs blanket.
Oh, really?
So when I finished
I knew you would win
one,
the sweater pattern.
Yeah, I won a second one too.
You go, woman.
So when I finish this, I'm going to start a
The
Bits and Bobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I decided I wasn't going to, I really want to start it, but I decided I wasn't going to while I still had 2 blankets.
I haven't worked
on
on
the
mine
needles.
in so long.
So
part of it's because I just don't have enough time to do my sweater and, you know what I mean?
Right.
And get other things done because I'm trying to get a little bit of Christmas knitting in. That's why I'm doing the socks
So
and
this is
cozy memories. Let me guess.
my cozy memories. And I counted my squares the other day, and I have like 110 squares in this sucker. I didn't realize it was...
Oh
it
my
doesn't
gosh.
really look like it's that big when you look at it, but okay.
Maybe it's the blankets that are making me sleepy.
Maybe.
I only have like, how many? I think I went 12
Yeah.
across. I only have
Oh.
16 squares in
Well,
mine.
I started mine from the center, and I'm just radiating out from the center. So I'm not really...
Gosh, so pretty.
It'll end up being as many squares when I get to the point that I think it's big enough.
So pretty. Again. Wow.
All my fun new ones.
Let me see your fun new ones.
This
Were they
is
all
one of
dotted
the
around?
ones
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is pretty.
from
That was from...
the Noble Thread.
Yeah.
This is Fable
Now,
Fibers.
see, on your finger it looks green. On there it looks blue. On the screen
Yeah,
it
it
looks
does.
blue.
And here's all my little minis. Whoops. In there. That one's new, and there was a couple from... Nope, not that one.
Did you have a legacy in here?
Yeah, I did. Not that one that you have in your hand.
That one right there?
This one, this is from Legacy Fiber Arts. That's her baby bundle of minis. I think that might be it. Maybe there's more.
No
I
clue.
don't know. And some of the ones from Maker's Haven that she's not dying anymore, or not very much. Oh, this is from the Noble Thread also. This is the one that her daughter died.
That's pretty. I like that
So,
one.
and that's on my 2.75 signature straights. I love these things.
Would you buy
s-
more?
I would. I think, I don't know. Tanya didn't care. I don't think she liked the cord on the fixed circulars, but I would buy more of these little straights. And I'd love to maybe someday have a set of the DPNs when I have an extra $55.
Seriously?
Or maybe when they go on sale.
Is that how much they are?
Yes.
Dang.
I mean, these were bad. These were 34.
Yeah, I knew they were.
Yeah. So
I knew they were
they're
pricey,
like
but
they are.
Yeah, they're like the Rolls Royce of knitting needles.
And they're
but everybody that gets them loves them.
yes. And they have the stiletto point.
Of course they do.
Yes, they do. I think that's it.
What?
Well, I have more whips, but
Well,
they're not ones that I have worked on.
Well, I was going to
anytime.
bring those two whips because I had worked on them a little bit, but actually the Stash Buster shawl is my podcast knitting, but that's good because I got all this done today.
Right.
So maybe time I leave here and get home, I can start the cabling part. So, all right. So that's all you for faux?
Yes.
I mean whips.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I was going to talk about, I don't know what I did with the stuff. Did I drop it? Oh, that's right here. Anyhow, I bought one of these a while back. Oop, that's you.
Yep.
And I went
That
to use
never
it
happens.
on my swag sweater. Swag. And it made my yarn fuzzy. You know, you loop it through, and then you have to like
Okay,
pull
let's
to
tell
stretch it
everybody
out.
what this is.
Oh,
So when you need to put your, like, let's say this sweater, for instance, when you want to try it on, you can knit off of your sweater onto this little
well,
gizmo.
no, you put this in.
Well, okay, yeah.
you don't knit with this. You can knit off of
or
this.
pick up the stitches using this.
Yeah,
to,
you pick
to
up
put
the
it on.
stitches with
So
this.
you would put it on it would be like a waist yarn,
Mhm.
and give you the opportunity to try the garment on.
Mhm.
And then when you get ready to knit it back on, you can knit it
right
from the needle back onto your needle.
right.
So
But when I put it on there and I was, you know, not pulling the stitches, but, you know, sliding them so
you could get them.
Yeah, it'd be big enough because
Right.
this is like 60 inches long. To get it big enough to put on, I noticed that the yarn was starting to look a little fuzzy. And if you feel this, can you feel how rough that is?
It feels rougher going back this way
Right.
than that way.
Right.
Yep.
So this
Okay.
way, if you pull it through this way, it's fine. But if you're pulling it this way, I guess it's against the grain. And it made my yarn fuzzy. And Tanya had the same problem.
Okay.
So,
Well, it's good to know because I haven't used mine yet for that.
So
purpose.
I even bought some leather conditioner. Because I thought, okay, maybe I wasn't keeping it in the little baggies
Mm-hmm.
that they come in. They come in these little baggies. And they have 2 cords for sleeves and then 1 cord for the body. So I bought some leather conditioner. That's just in the shoe department. And I put it on there and it seemed to help a little bit. It made it a little more flexible.
Right.
Because I didn't have this, like I said, in the bag, so I thought maybe it was drying out. But if you feel it going back this way, it's still rough.
Yeah, and it's just certain areas because this area
Yeah.
right here is not as bad as that other area that I have
Right.
in there.
So I'm not sure I would recommend this.
Or at least if you
Yeah.
have it and you're going to use it, make sure that you do
Right.
this, feel which is the scrubby side and which is the smooth side, and make sure you only pull your yarn
Right.
on the scrubby side.
Right.
Because see, like it's really bad right through here,
Mm-hmm.
but further down here it's not as bad.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was part of the leather conditioner or what. I mean, it made the leather conditioner made it more flexible.
Right. Well, what scared me, I've used this one time to do this, and what scared me was, where's your other needle? Okay, you already got one on there. Is you really just put this, end into this needle, and you just push it in there, and maybe...
Well, you're supposed to screw it in. I believe it's threaded.
Right, and screw it in there. It must be, because you can see it on the end. And so I did all that, and then you pull it and see, I'm putting a good, well, there you go. But I was terrified when I was knitting it back onto the needle that this was going to fall off and my stitches were going to fall off. So as nice as it is, and as good an idea as it is, it still frightens me. I guess I don't need to rethread that back on there, do I? Yeah. I didn't breathe the whole time I was knitting it back on because I didn't want it to fall off. And now I can't get it off.
I was going to say, that was a little tight.
So it's a great idea.
Yeah.
And maybe we are just not using it correctly. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think we are.
Well, the fact that somebody else that I know had the same problem with it would make me less likely to recommend this to anybody. Just to give you a little caveat.
And
I mean, it's pricey.
Not that we're all whatever, but it's not the cheapest notion to have in your bag either.
Right.
And I don't mean cheap. I mean, it's not. It's a pretty pricey item.
Right.
Super duper idea. I love the packaging. I love the fact that all of this comes in its own little case with a little pull thing. I mean, little drawer and everything. It is very well done that way. It's just that if it doesn't work for you in the way that it's supposed to work for you, then
so,
and like it or not, anything that we talk about, we will pretty much give you our truthful opinion about it. And
so yeah, I was not happy with what it did to my sweater. Luckily, it didn't damage the yarn. So I'm not sure if I would feel comfortable using it again.
Well, it's not like you knit sweaters every day that you're going to be putting that on.
No.
So who's to say that the next time you go to use it, you're going to think about that? You may or you may not think about it.
Oh, I'll definitely think about it.
Well, but you may not. And so you slide it back on there, forgetting.
No, I won't be. I don't think I'll be using it again. What I did when I tried my sweater on the second time is I'm using interchangeable needles, and I just used an extra cord and the little connector thing.
Right.
And I put another long cord on there with the connector and just did that instead. And
well, for me,
that way I didn't have to worry about...
I would have to either use that or the old-fashioned method like I did on my sleeves with another piece of, because I'm using a fixed needle.
Yeah.
I'm using a Chigu fixed needle, so...
Yeah. Anyhow, public service announcement.
All right. Okay, so let's see. Booty call. You got any of that?
I do. Not much, but I do.
I got one thing, but it's a good one.
I have these little minis that my friend Kay sent me. She sent, if y'all watch her podcast, The Crazy Sock Lady, she made a little blanket for the same waitress. And she sent it to me so I could put it in the basket of her gifts. And she also put these little minis in there for me to put in my blanket.
Cute.
This one's from Child Knits, Chili Knits.
Chili Knits.
Chili Knits.
Yeah, because she lives in Chile.
Yeah. Chili Knits. It's a fun pink. This one's called Gumball.
That one's pretty.
Cute. I don't know what this one is, but it's got a little sparkle to it.
Yay!
So I like it.
We're beginning to like the sparkle.
So those will be going in my blankets.
Cool.
So that's one thing.
Okay. The only one I have, many moons ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Karen and I were supposed to meet for a podcast. And afterwards, I wanted us to go to the Hobby Lobby so I could get a gleaner, 40% off. And Karen said, oh, don't do that. I'll go down there such and such day and I'll get you one. I said, okay. When she gets down there, there's no gleaners.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been waiting and waiting. We finally got a Hobby Lobby in New Bern. And I would go and check. Well, I was in the other day and I finally got one. Oh my God. I haven't even used it yet because I wanted it to be all pretty in the package for y'all and everything. So they had one. One was all they had hanging on the thing. It was $19.99. I had a 40% off coupon, so I paid $11 for it. Yay me. So anybody who doesn't know what the gleaner is, it will shave off the pills and all that, you know, off of your wool couch or your sweaters or whatever pills. It comes with 3 different attachments: delicate, medium, heavy duty. There's a picture to show you right there, the before and the after. And I'm going to do a before and after on one of my personal items and let y'all see what that's like. But it's a fuzz remover and a lint remover all in one. So we'll see how well it works. But I finally have one.
It works amazing, I can tell you. I have a wool winter coat, a wool pea coat, and it's black. And it was probably not the smartest thing for me to ever to buy because I have 3 cats and 2 have long hair. And that jacket, and plus as being a knitter, I carry my knitting with me everywhere. So that jacket is always covered with either cat hair or yarn fiber.
Right.
And when I got my gleaner, I took that coat out and went down it. Amazing. Cleaned it right up.
I can't wait to use it.
So.
And look, no batteries required.
Yay.
But yeah, so
you can use it during the hurricane.
Hey, I sure can. I might have to if I'm bored.
Right.
It says it's wool, works on wool, cotton, cashmere, fleece, acrylic, polyester, and rayon. So we'll see. Karen loves hers. Everybody else I know that has one loves theirs. And so now I will finally get to use it. Yay me. Whoop, whoop. All right. So,
and my last booty call is my August yarn of the month from the Cozy Knitter.
And I love the contrast with that.
I know. And this one is called Unicorn Tea Party on her Bliss base. And this is it.
So pretty.
Is that not cool? If you can't tell, that's like a really dark plum with a aqua and hot pink. So I'm excited to get a pair of socks going with that. But I do believe
that it?
That is everything.
Wow. Okay. All right. So
we finished our Get That Knit Done cowl that we were co-hosting with the Crazy Sock Lady, and we picked out some stuff in our prize basket, whatever that is over there, and we have pulled a winner.
Woo! Woohoo! What did you do with her? It's in all your paperwork.
Is it with all my paperwork?
I think so.
Oh, yep, you are right. So we have a skein of sheep dipped dye works. And what color is that?
Well, first of all, it's the staple socks, which is a 75-25, and it's in the faded colorway. So it's probably hard to see a real color. I don't know how to
do it that way because the light's over here. Here, give me paper.
Anyway, it's got some, gotta find the camera. It's a tonal.
There.
Yeah.
It looks like faded blue jeans.
It does. Hence, faded.
Hence.
So there's that.
Then we have a little watermelon bag from Random Fandom Bags.
And I should have brought mine today, but your tapestry needles, stitch markers, little tiny bear scissors, all that'll fit right in there. And you got a little hook that you can hook it onto another bag with.
Yeah. And then we have some little star progress keepers.
Super cute.
That go with the patriotic bag and the little peace sign progress keeper.
Okay, let's put that in there. That in there.
Yeah.
Will that fit? like that?
I think it
I
probably
think
will.
it will.
And our winner is
Dun, 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 dun.
number 72, Martha 24 Jane. And that's Martha. And Martha, if you'll get in touch with either Susan or I, on Ravelry or Instagram, I'm the Havelock Zoo.
NC Nita.
And she's NC Nita.
We did not say all that
We
at the
did
beginning
not
of the
say all that.
podcast. It's all right.
Sorry. So if you'll get in touch with one of us, we'll get that out to you.
Yay! And thanks to everybody for participating.
Yeah, there was some gorgeous
There
stuff
are some
in
gorgeous
there.
things on there. And if you didn't participate in the cow, but you want to look at things to get ideas for patterns, for socks, shawls, sweaters. There's some gorgeous colorwork sweaters in there. Go over and take a look. It's the Full of Knit podcast group on Ravelry. And it is the
Get that knit done, Cal FO thread.
Yeah, what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, we were looking through it earlier when we pulled the winner, and we were like, ooh, what pattern is that?
Yeah,
and
right
writing
now.
stuff down.
That's a good way to see it.
So yeah, there could be some good hurricane knitting going on right there.
Most definitely. All right, so get in contact with us, and we will get that out to you. Which, by the way, I did get my bag for anybody that didn't watch. I got one for my birthday. Just saying. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so is it that time?
It is that time.
I'm going to put that with that.
Ooh. It's tiny glasses time.
Okay, well, let me...
I know, clean up.
Yeah, let me pack up here.
Oh, and by the way, if any of y'all watched the last podcast, we did finish that whole bottle of dragon's milk from the last.
Yes, we did. Oh, I have to show this. Nah, I'll show it another
It was
time.
good, too.
Oh my God, it was... I guess that she's rubbing off on me because I never really liked dark beers or beers that I felt like I had to have a spoon to eat.
Yeah.
But that shit was good. Go get you some of that, Kay. Crazy sock lady. Go get you some of that. Sears.
Yeah.
It is so good.
All right. So this one this time is an Imperial Stout.
Y'all are going to love
from
this.
Foothills Brewing in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And it's called Sexual Chocolate. It comes out once a year, usually around Valentine's Day, February. And this one is the 2016. This is the 10th anniversary in February 2016.
Okay, question.
Because
you know this whole beer thing is a learning experience for me. Won't it be skunked?
We're thinking not.
Okay. Well, the only reason I asked that is because I would have never known about that, except that one beer that we got that time that was.
No. These stouts, usually any beer that is double digits in alcohol or close to double digits in alcohol and will last longer. You can age them. Okay. Now, a lot of the brewers will say, damn it, we brewed this beer. You should drink it now.
Right.
But it is possible to age them. So, this one, we have aged one of these before, and it was delicious. Good? Yeah.
Okay, next question would be, I noticed when I got here today, because we had a knit group at her house, that this was sitting out on the counter, not in the refrigerator.
Right.
And you put it in the beer holder thingy.
This was in the freezer. It's actually a wine bottle thingy, but I put it in there because stouts should be served at cellar temperature.
Okay.
And that's usually 55 to 60 degrees.
Why?
Why? Because that's where you get all the flavor. If you go to a bar, and most bars, they have like one keg system.
Right.
And they can't have like different temperatures for different beers.
Right.
So everything is usually served cold. And if you get a stout and it's like ice cold, like you would drink a Pilsner or something, it's going to taste different than it would if you let it warm up.
Okay, so, all right, and the reason I'm asking is because remember the beer that I did the Instagram picture when Jason was here that we bought? That was a stout. That peanut butter, chocolate, whatever it was. And, of course, he put it in the refrigerator when we got home. And when we opened it, he we both tried it immediately, and he's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I don't know about that." And I was like, "Well, Jay, I think these need to sit out." I said,
Yes.
because
Mhm.
for some reason I'm remembering that from Karen and our
Yeah.
podcasting thing that they need to sit out. He goes, "I don't care." He didn't like it, so
Mhm.
he's like, I don't like it cold. I'm not gonna like it like that." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Well, maybe you will." Well,
Right.
he's like, because uneducated like me,
Mhm.
he's like, I need to drink it the colder
Right.
that it is,
well,
the better it's
and
going
that's
to be.
what domestic beers tell you, because you really do need to drink those as
Right.
cold and as soon as they are brewed, because if
gotcha.
not, they will be.
So I was right in thinking, because
Yeah.
truthfully, the
Mhm.
longer I let it sit on the counter,
The flavors.
yeah, because I
develop.
didn't slam it, I just
Right.
let it, it
Right.
tasted.
And if you have a stout when you're out, usually they serve them in like tulip
Stout when
glasses
you're
or
out.
a brandy snifter type glass. And I always sit there like this
Oh, and warm it up a little
and
bit.
hold it in my hands to give it some body heat to warm it up, so that way you can drink it. You don't have to sit there for an hour and wait for it to get to the right temperature.
You go ahead and pop
Slam
it on
that
up
sucker.
there.
No.
Pop it on up there to the temperature you want.
Yeah. So, and it tastes better. Okay. So this one is a cocoa infused imperial stout, opaque black in color with a dark brown head, big chocolate aroma with notes of espresso, blackstrap molasses, dark sweet toffee, and dark fruit. Smooth dark chocolate backbone with complex notes of toffee, and dark fruit. And this is 9.6% by volume alcohol.
2 comments that were made today in the kitchen when we got here. One
The
by her,
RO's home today.
one by her husband, who says, if it says Imperial in the label, it's going to have a high alcohol content.
Yes.
And the other by one of the girls in the knit group who said, that description sounds like you're reading about wine.
Yes.
Which is true.
And she
It does
said,
sound that
this
way.
would be a good yarn color name.
Oh, yeah, it would be. Now you just gave everybody my idea.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn it, Karen.
Mm.
Oh, what does it smell like? Well, you've had it before. I've never had it before. Oh, I can smell molasses. I love
Mhm.
molasses.
Say it smells like molasses.
Oh, I love molasses.
Uh,
Mix some molasses and butter up. Put it on a hot biscuit. Girl.
Oh, butter my biscuits.
God, that's
I like
good to me.
molasses too. All right.
So we've let it sit out long enough. I mean, it's warm enough, right?
Yeah, I put
Cool
it
enough, whichever
that
way you
thing
want to say it.
Yeah, it's been sitting. We keep anything that we're aging in the closet, the hall closet,
Right.
because it's dark and cool in there. And if you're gonna keep a beer for a certain amount of time like that, then it needs to be in a cool, dark place.
So not the refrigerator, though.
Not the refrigerator, and like not sitting on your kitchen counter, because it gets, the temperatures fluctuate in
Right.
there as you cook. So
Okay, you ready?
cheers.
Cheers. It's kind of dark, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not like even like drinking beer at all.
Mm-mm.
Not the way I've known drinking beer.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely molasses.
Yeah. Molassesy.
Molassesly. Let's just say molasses-like. That's easier.
It tastes like molasses.
Sure does. Them molasses are good too.
Molasses are tasty asses.
Yeah, this is really good. I could see. And as we were discussing, because last time's beer was 11% alcohol.
Yes.
Her husband and I were chatting because he happened to be here today. And I said, because we did drink that whole thing. I wasn't not gonna for $9. No. But anyway, we split it. It wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
They are definitely a sipping beer. They are not
Right.
not that, what was the one we did that was the summer after mowing the grass? What would they call it? It was called day drinking.
Yeah.
Was that what
Oh
it was
no,
called?
a session.
Session drinking.
Session.
Yeah, I don't think this is a session beer.
No, this is a nice, and honestly, if you make a nice chocolate cheesecake and drink this beer with it, damn Skippy, that's good.
Okay. We could have done floats.
We could have.
But no, this is good. I mean, this is definitely a sipping beer. It's not a...
No.
Just seems counterintuitive for it not to be cold, not to come right out of the refrigerator and all that. But having experienced that one the other day with it sitting out, and it got better the warmer that it got. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, if this would have been ice cold, you wouldn't have been able to taste any of the flavors. You just taste cold.
Right. You definitely gotta like molasses.
I taste chocolate and molasses and just a hint of coffee.
I smell more molasses than I taste. But, yeah, it's good. I drink it again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, alrighty then. That means we give this one 2 thumbs up.
Can I have some more?
You can, Oliver Twist.
More, please. Ooh, don't spill it on the carpet. That would be bad.
That would have to be sucking beer on
what
the
was
carpet.
It?
9.6.
9.6. No, that's kind of a weird number. You think it'd be like 9.8? I mean 9.5 or...
No, I mean, they don't make it up. They test it.
Right.
And that gives you what the alcohol by volume is. So there's some sort of formula. I don't brew beer, so I don't know that part.
Yeah, when are you going to start doing that?
Oh, no, that's too much cleaning.
Oh, yeah, then never mind.
Yeah, it's like dyeing yarn.
Oh, yeah. I understand.
Yeah, 10% fun and 90% maintenance.
Foothills Brewing. Now, where are they located?
They are in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Oh, look how dark that is, y'all. It's even dark like molasses.
Yes.
It's running down the side of the bottle. It's wasting it, Karen. You know that, right? Ooh, that really, it does look like molasses.
Lick the table. It'll be all right.
You did that one time, or tried.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess if that's everything.
It is.
We're going at this for about an hour.
Yeah, we're going to drink some beer and hang out, and we will see y'all, hopefully, if we don't get blown away, we will see y'all in 2 more weeks.
Yeah, hopefully. Should. I don't know of anything coming up, but Savannah, if I get to go.
If not.
And a wedding. But
it was nice knowing you.
We'll be here. In some shape or form, we'll be here. We might be in a, what do you call those things? What happened to all the Katrina people that got those trailers?
Oh, in the FEMA shelters.
In a FEMA trailer.
Let's knock wood.
Yeah, no.
And cross our fingers and say,
your shelter out back.
Sure. We can go to the neighbor's garage mahal.
There you go. Hey.
Seriously, people, we found out the other day that garage is 1,400 square feet.
Okay, here's the stupid thing about that garage. I pull up today. He's got this 1,400 square foot fucking garage with two doors, two big doors.
Yeah.
And his motherfucking boat is parked outside. Why wouldn't you park your boat inside the garage mahal? I mean, what possibly can he have in there that boat won't fit?
I don't know.
Unless he's got a sky bridge on it. I wonder if it's too tall. I wonder if it won't go through the door.
I don't know. It should be because he's going to put a lift in there. You know, like they have.
Yeah, so he can stack 2 cars. I get that. But, I mean, the boat itself on the trailer with, because I think it has a sky thingy.
Does it? I don't pay any attention
I think
to it.
Maybe it's too tall to go through the garage door.
Maybe.
But that was dumb. If he's going to spend all that money, he should have built the thing so it would take the boat. That was idiotic. Don't tell him, though, because he'll redo it, and he'll have to live through that all over again.
God, no. We're finally done with all that.
But, yeah, it looks like a whole nother
every
house. It looks like a whole nother house in the neighborhood. Not just a garage, but, I mean, it looks like a garage, but it's as big as a whole nother house. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
People.
Well, at least there's a garage between y'all and them. I mean,
I guess.
As long as he
It's
didn't hang
whatever.
out there.
It doesn't bother
It's
us.
all good. Drink enough of these, you won't care. Hang out by your pool in
Amen,
the back.
sister. So on that, cheers.